You guys got the blues.
We had them.
Well, good morning, Unity Music City. It's good to be here. I call this the happy church.
It is.
You guys are a happy lot.
And we're very happy to give Denise and Judy the day off together. Apparently they don't get one together very often. So we hope that you find what we have to offer pleasing. And if you don't, oh well. But we would like to start with a song for you to sing. Does your inner child ever wonder if it's loved? If everything is okay in the world? Yeah, ours does too. Ours does too. So this is a song for you to sing to your inner child.
Yeah.
And you'll get the chorus real quick because it's easy.
Break it up now. Turn it up there a little bit, Dave. Yeah. If you feel like dancing, don't stop yourself.
Here we go. You are loved, all is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How does it make you feel? Let me hear you yell. You are loved, all is well. That's how it goes.
Why don't you tell them about it, Karen?
Find the joy in living. It's not supposed to hurt. Ask and it is given. Yeah, that's the way it works. Get yourself a big old dream. Be open to receive. Gravitate, appreciate. You're right where you need to be. Whoa, you are loved. Sing it. All is well, yeah. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well. Tell them some more, Stowe.
Yeah. Don't take yourself so serious. This is how it's done. Be easy about all of this. Life's meant for having fun. Raise up your vibration. Tune into your heart. Know what you want. Act nonchalant. Remember who you are.
You are loved.
Yeah.
All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well.
Break it down now.
Okay, everybody, put your hands together for a little middle-aged white women's rap.
Ow! What would you do?
If you knew,
It's impossible for you to fail.
who would you be?
Can't you see?
Take a step.
Come on, blaze a brand new trail.
You bring about what you think about.
Yeah, you bring about what you think about.
What's your hurry?
What's your worry?
Why you thinking that you're all alone?
'Cause you're not.
So stop, take a breath. Realize what you've always known.
You bring about what you think about.
Yeah, you bring about what you think about.
Think about.
You bring about what you think about. So think about this. You are loved. All is well.
Stand up.
Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well.
One more time.
You are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well. Oh, you are loved. All is well. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity of Music City. As you can tell, things are a little different around here today. We're just going to get zen and go with the flow. We've got an all-points bulletin out for Denise and Judy. They should be back next week. Don't worry about a thing. Are y'all coming down from your tryptophan bender? You feeling okay? Feeling thankful, grateful? Have a good week? We're so happy to see you here. I've got a few quick announcements for you. And actually, I've got a whole ton of announcements for you, so just settle in, and I'm going to let you know everything that's happening around here over the next couple of weeks. First off, this Tuesday evening is the final class of Becky Astorita's Beliefs 101 in the upstairs studio. If you've been going to that, or if you haven't, talk to Becky about that. This Tuesday, November 27th, Susie Wright is doing a mediumship and intuitive development circle right here in the sanctuary from 7 to 9. So be sure and talk to Susie or come on out. Just show up. We got a couple things going on Tuesday night. Just show up. Let's see. Friday, November 30th. This Friday, empath support with Becky from 7 to 9. So if you are feeling a little bit too much of the feels about everything going on in the world, you might want to come on out Friday night and let Becky work with you a bit. I want to just let you know, a week from Friday, we normally try to stick to just the things going on this week, but a week from Friday is, I believe, our third Reiki clinic. Those have been fantastic experiences, and so you might want to put that on your calendar. Great way to get ready for the holidays. December 7th, come on out between 7 and 9, first come, first serve basis for the Reiki clinic. What is next on my agenda? Do I have a 5? I don't think I do. What's that? Oh, good. I'm so glad somebody knows what I'm doing this morning. I landed at the airport at midnight last night, so half of me is still on California time. We had a whole bunch of people come through for Thanksgiving at Dodson Chapel, and kudos to you for all the ways that we showed up as a community to fill boxes so that people could have a Thanksgiving dinner. But of course, because so many people came through, they're running a little low again. So we want to make sure and help them stock up with cans of fruit, soup, vegetables, cereals, cereal bars, shampoo, any of those kinds of things, non-perishable items that you can add to your grocery list and bring them. We are helping them restock for the Christmas box delivery date, which is December 15th. So we've got just a couple of weeks to fill in all of those things. There we are. Because of you, we've made a bunch of donations in the month of November. The Sacred Community Action Group did this: 57 pairs of shoes to Souls for Souls, 258 pounds of food for the Thanksgiving food boxes, and 56 pounds of food for the Dodson Chapel Food Pantry. Yeah. Good on ya, as my Uncle Harold would have said. Good on ya. God bless his soul. And then Charlotte would also like you to know about another good on ya. We now only have about $3,000 to go to purchase our new HVAC units. That has been something that has been ongoing. And I'll tell you what, that's right, good on ya. In my understanding of the flow of the universe, when we complete that circle and we move that through and we get that finished, we will make the way for new good to come in. So hopefully as we do our end-of-year giving, we'll be able to wrap that up and get that HVAC unit that we have been saving for quite a while taken care of. Because we appreciate you so much, next week, it is next week, isn't it, Crystal? December 2nd, we are having our holiday and volunteer appreciation meal. So this is our time to come together as a community. We're doing the aluminum pan ministry. If you haven't picked up an aluminum pan from Susan back there, pick one up. The way we do it, whatever's written on the bottom of the pan, you should fill the pan with that, right? It's going to say something like taters or green beans or something of that nature. Fill it up and bring it back, and plan to stay with us next Sunday for a community meal together. Last things last, finally, what a long list today. We have Lunch Bunch this Wednesday at 11:30. They're still working with the book, Creating a World That Works for All. Lunch Bunch will be meeting through December up until the 19th. So I guess the 5th, the 12th, and the 19th, they'll be meeting at 11:30 on Wednesdays. This Wednesday night is the final class for the Nonviolent Communication class, 7 to 9. It's the last class of the series. If you have not attended any of the other classes, that's fine. You will get something fantastic out of this class, so come on out and join us if you can. Beyond that, we have no Wednesday night classes through the month of December. So we will be gearing back up in January. So now I want to tell you just a brief introduction to these two women on the stage who just showed up and acted like they know you, because I think they do, right? They've been here plenty of times before. I want to give you a little introduction. Stowe Dailey is a singer-songwriter, best-selling author, recent cancer survivor. She co-wrote the hit song Long Time Comin' for the group Shenandoah. She has co-authored 5 books, including Flying High, which was featured at the I Can Do It conference in Toronto. Ms. Stowe Dailey. And then Karen Taylor Good is the Grammy-nominated songwriter of How Can I Help You Say Goodbye and other radio hits by Patti Loveless. Now, I got to stop right here because the next name on this list is one of my all-time favorites, Al Jarreau. And I feel like I need to take a knee when we talk about Al Jarreau. If you don't remember Al Jarreau, then I will school you in the lobby when this is over. And Melissa Manchester, to name a few. Her songs are used by the National Hospice Association, Child Help USA, and the Alzheimer's Foundation. They're based here in Nashville, Tennessee. They've presented a TEDx talk and have shared their musical keynotes, workshops, and concerts across the U.S., Canada, Ireland, and the U.K. They are so good, and they are here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are magic on that mic.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Does that mean she's Magic Mike? No.
No.
No, that's... Well, we're going to set you up for a musical meditation here in a moment. But first, we just want to tell you a little bit about this song. I'm a nice Jewish girl from El Paso, Texas, which always makes people laugh. I wonder why that. But when I was introduced to Unity teachings, they've meant so much to me for the past 30 years. And I always, we learn that God is not masculine nor feminine, and that God doesn't live up in the sky. And so I always wondered, why is the Lord's Prayer sung in Unity churches? Our Father, which art in heaven. And it just blew my mind. So a couple years back, we were invited to Unity of Atlanta, right? And they said, we'd like you to do the whole service, and, could you please do the Lord's Prayer? Oh, you can do any version you want.
You never say that to two songwriters.
No.
Yeah, so we took that as a challenge, and we got busy studying the Hebrew and the Aramaic text, and we just found such beautiful words. And after a little prayer, we took out our pens and our instruments, and this is what was born. And so we would just invite you right now, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes and take one of those deep, healing breaths that just lets go of all that is past and future and just centers in the now.
Oh God, from whom the breath of life comes, who fills all heaven and earth, may your light shine within us. May we know you're not separate from us. May we feel you in our hearts. Let your will come true. Let us love like you. Thanks for your forgiveness. May we forgive ourselves and others too. Thank you for guiding our steps while we're here. May we walk in love, not open your eyes and come back to us. Hello. Well, in the Japanese art of kintsugi, when there is a damaged or broken vase, they don't throw it away or hide it in some dark basement. They actually fill the cracks with gold and then proudly put them on display because they say it's the brokenness that makes them more valuable and more beautiful.
Yeah. So the idea for today's talk, which is entitled Beautiful Brokenness, got started a few years ago when we had the good fortune to be over in Scotland, and a lovely place. And there we were in a very small town, in a very small house, doing a very small house concert.
Two very small people. They were only about that. No, they were normal size.
And there in this very intimate audience was a beautiful man. And when we asked what his name was, he said it was Michael, which we found out was the Scottish pronunciation of Michael. And, well, Michael told us how much he loved our song, Beautiful Brokenness. And we were just really taken with Michael's accent. So we asked, after the concert, we asked Michael if he would honor us by reading the lyrics to one of our songs and let us record it. And he did. And he chose Beautiful Brokenness. So we would like to share Michael with you.
From the shattered pieces of a life tattered and torn, something lovely rises up, and I have been reborn. Day by day I wake to someone I have never seen. Who'd have guessed that I could ever love someone like me? Beautiful brokenness, love will always win. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the light gets in.
Isn't he beautiful?
Isn't that the best accent ever? So, a few months after our trip to Scotland, we found ourselves in between Sundays and having the misfortune of having to hang out in the Lake Tahoe area. Oh gosh. Life is tough. What are you going to do? And I said, wow, you know, we've got this. Who can we stay with? And Stowe said, well, my cousin Claire lives in Lake Tahoe. So
How fortunate.
we invited ourselves to stay with cousin Claire. And she turns out to be a fabulous woman. She was such a beautiful hostess. She fed us 3 fabulous meals a day. And so it turns out that Claire is an interfaith minister. So on that Wednesday, Stowe came to me in the morning and said, now, Claire has a group meditation class tonight, and I'm going. Do you guys have a little committee that lives up in your head and talks to you? Uh-huh. Mine goes, group meditation? Well, you suck at meditation. And how do you do a group meditation anyway? Well, I did not want to go. But how could I not go? Claire had been so fabulous a hostess. So I went. And there were only about 8 of us. We sat in a circle with Claire in this lovely church. And then she said, tonight is going to be a different kind of group meditation. It's all surrounding poetry. Ah, there they go again. Poetry? We don't get poetry. It was my intention to take a nap for the next hour. Really. It was so not my intention to sob harder each of the 4 times this amazing poem was read. It's a poem by the Welsh poet David White. I don't know what happened, but I felt like at the end of that night I was changed. I was different. It was a transformative evening, which I ended up full of snot. And so we got permission from his people to borrow 2 lines from the poem and write a song. I felt that, okay, are there other type A people in the room? Let me see you. Lisa, good. You better raise your hand. My daughter-in-law. Okay. And type A New Thought people, we're the worst, right? Because it's like, oh my God, have I done my affirmation? Did we do our affirmations loud enough, long enough? What if we used the wrong magazine pictures for our vision boards? Oh my God. Beep, beep, beep. And I felt like in this poem, we were being given permission to simply breathe and know that wherever and whoever we are in this moment is exactly who and where we are supposed to be. In this moment now, I lay all struggle down, searching for, wanting more. Now at last I'm free. These words are enough. This breath is enough. Oh, what joy to breathe the air of sweet relief. Letting go, no need to know. All will be revealed. These words are enough. This breath is enough. Once a veil of mystery, I close my eyes to see. Perhaps the greater plan is knowing that I am Thank you.
So, 8 years ago, I did not know that I was enough. Back then, I weighed about 50 pounds less than I weigh right now, which is pretty scary, eh? It looked to me like I was about to leave this world due to the fact that I had rectal cancer. And the really sad part of the whole thing for me was that I was about to leave this planet with my music still inside me. Because you see, for way too much of my life, I allowed fear to sabotage my dreams. I was afraid that my voice or my songs or my guitar playing weren't good enough. Really, you know, deep down, I think I was just afraid that I wasn't good enough. But I learned the hard way that fear is so toxic to our bodies. My body took all the fear that I put in it, and it said, if you're not going to live your life, you're going to lose it. And it took me 2 years of having cancer and coming this close to the edge of death before I finally got the message that fear doesn't stop you from dying. No, it stops you from living. Gummit. And you know what else I learned?
What?
How it's going to turn out is not for us to know. Life is a mystery Enjoy the show. Met him on the south side of the Pensacola Pier, a solitary soldier of the sea. He looked to be 100, but his eyes were crystal clear, and when I spoke, I swear he saw inside of me. He said, you're trying to figure out the wherefores and the whys. Isn't life supposed to be a big surprise? How it's gonna turn out, it's not for us to know. Life's a mystery. Enjoy the show, everything will be okay. In the end, my friend, if it's not okay, it's not the end. I took a breath and let it out and felt a little peace. His wisdom seemed to soothe my troubled soul. And that weight there on my shoulders finally took its lead. I let go of trying to keep control. The old man smiled at me and said it was never in your hands. Don't you think it makes God laugh when we make plans? How it's gonna turn out, it's not for us to know. Life's a mystery, yeah. Enjoy the show, everything will be okay. In the end, my friend, if it's not okay, it's not the end. The truth washed over me like some sweet song. Deep down inside, I guess I knew it all along. How it's gonna turn out, it's not for us to know, no. Life's a mystery, yeah. Enjoy the show, everything will be okay. In the end, my friend, if it's not okay, hey, if it's not okay, it's not the end. No, no. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny Malone.
Yeah. Well, and there's something else I learned through that journey of illness, and that is that if you want to stay on this earth plane, these bodies are really important. So we got to take care of them, and it's been said that the body is the temple of our soul. And I'm looking out here today, I see some beautiful temples. If you're able, if you're willing, would you stand up and shake your temple? Sing with us when you get it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. My body is a temple of my soul. My body is a temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't wanna lose it. My body is a temple of my soul. Whoa, I used to think a body's just a body. Yeah, a handy place to hang my clothes.
I didn't treat it nice, no, I was naughty. But Lord, I've cleaned my ways, 'cause heaven knows.
Yeah, my body is a temple of I don't wanna lose it. My body is the temple of my soul. Oh, when I was young, I didn't wanna hear it, no.
But every year I'm closer to the truth.
It's all connected, body, mind, and spirit.
Oh, good God, so you mean no jumbo baby Ruth?
No.
No!
Because my body is the temple of my soul. Oh, oh. My body is the temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't wanna lose it. My body is the temple of my soul. Ooh. So that makes it a vessel, holy and special.
To harness its powers, I'll get my 8 hours. Less emails
And text.
more dancing.
And sex.
In all things, moderation.
Let's work
More vacations, more veggies and fruit.
for this bodysuit.
But most of all, please, everybody,
Remember to breathe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. My body is a temple of my soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My body is a temple of my soul. No, my body is a temple of my soul. Ooh, my body is a temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is a temple of my soul.
I've only got one of it.
Ooh, it's up to me to love it. My body is the temple of my soul.
Thank you. So, my amazing sweet mama, her body temple lasted until she was 94. And yet, I could see no beauty in what surely looked to me like a whole lot of brokenness. So I need to tell you a little bit about my mama first. She was the quintessential Jewish mother. She was a Leo. Who else? Who else is a Leo in the room? Or married to a Leo?
Look how high the hand goes up.
Yes, I am married to a Leo too, and he and his son, husband of my daughter-in-law Lisa, are like twins. They're twin Leos. Nobody else could get a word in at the Thanksgiving table. It was amazing. These Leos are so big in their personalities, and my mama was that way. And not only that, she was a member of Mensa. I'm telling you, she was so bright. That's a society for genius IQ people. And she was very proud of her smarts too. She was an artist. She painted, she made pottery, she made this ring. I don't know if you can see it. She was a force, you know. And she ended up legally blind and living in a dementia care unit. And I have to tell you that in spite of 30 years of these wonderful Unity teachings, where I have learned beyond a shadow of a doubt that everything happens for a reason, and not only that, that there is perfection in everything, I could not see the perfection in what was happening with my mama. It just seemed so mean. And so I went into a deep, dark place for a while and railed at God and said, this sucks, you know. The good news is I didn't stay there long because I thought about these principles. So I came out of the deep, dark hole and I said, okay, if there is perfection in this, you got to show it to me. And sure enough, I was sent this song, which saved my life. And we want to send it out to any of you who have been on a similar journey with a parent or a partner, a friend, but especially if you're making that journey right now. We send it out with an extra dose of love and hope that it brings you some comfort. This is the woman who had all the answers, the one I would lean on for comfort, for strength. She's never forgotten one grandchild's birthday. Now she can't remember my name, and it makes me so angry. I shake my fist and cry out to the heavenly one. Why would you play such a cold-hearted trick? I thought your job was to love, and the answer came down from above. She's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. This is the woman who saw things so clearly, the one who could pick out one crumb on the floor. She saw through a white lie, saw me through love's eyes. She hardly can see anymore, and it makes me so sad, and it just isn't fair. Why should so much be taken away? But when I cry out for all that she's lost, I silently hear someone say, she's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. And oh, the wonder she'll see, and I know she'll remember to watch over me. She's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. To carry on angels' wings. Love note. If you are going through a difficult time with one of your parents now, if you have become the parent and they the child, if they are not who they were and you find yourself confused, stressed, and angry, I understand. I know this is not easy. And it's all right. And it's perfect. Breathe, cry, go to a ridiculous movie, take a walk, find a support group, consume moderate amounts of chocolate, and take good care of yourself. My heart is with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So that little love note that I read is from my book, which has a CD with that song and a bunch of other songs on it. I have asked Stowe if she would share my favorite few pages from her book, Flying High. And you will see in an instant why I adore this woman, why God sent her to me to know what it's like to have a sister. I actually have a sister who doesn't like me. Yes, I've been trying for 68 years to get her to like me, and it ain't working. But this one likes me a lot, right?
I do.
Don't you? Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, you will see how brave and transparent and lovely she is in a few pages. Is it story time?
It is.
Okay.
Thank you, Karen.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was 2008, it's 10 years ago, when I was diagnosed with stage 3 rectal cancer, which is a real pain in the and I did what I think most people would do if they're diagnosed with something that sounds like it could be a fatal illness, and that is I put all the focus on my body because my body appeared to be broken and in great need of healing, and that was true. But along the way, I found out there was something else in me that was broken and in need of healing, and that was the wounds of my soul. And I really got a clear picture of that when I was visiting with this lovely lady down in St. Augustine, Florida, who does healing work. And I just want to share an excerpt from a conversation we had. She said, "Do you love yourself, Stowe? I mean, really love yourself?" "Yes," I answered too quickly. She studies me. Over the last few months, I've learned that Marilyn is one of those special people who has not only the gift of healing, what some call laying on of hands, but she also has the ability to see beyond the surface, perhaps what's called the gift of knowledge. In other words, she intuitively knows what people are thinking. When I look in her eyes, she smiles, and I have the feeling she is on to me. "You know," she says, "right now you look just like your daughter, Grace." "Oh, thanks. That's quite a compliment." "Yes, she's a special little girl." Again, Marilyn studies me. She leans in closer. "You've told me about your past, Stowe, how your mother died when you were young and how your father put you and your brother into foster care. And I know you were abused emotionally and sexually. I can only imagine that throughout all of that, you must have felt abandoned, unloved." "Yes," my voice is barely a whisper. "And perhaps as a child, you thought that if the world didn't love you, if your family didn't love you, maybe you didn't deserve to be loved." My jaw tightens and I lower my eyes. The room suddenly feels hot. "Am I right?" I nod slowly. "Okay, Stowe, I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes and imagine a few of the bad things that happened to you as a child. Can you do that?" "Yes." "All right. Now I want you to imagine those things happening to Grace." "Oh," I cry out suddenly. "No." Tears sting my eyes. This is an unbearable thought. Marilyn reaches out to me, placing her hand on mine. "Okay. Now I want you to see yourself as you see Grace, to picture the beautiful child that you are. Love her like you love Grace." All my life I tried to hide the cracks within my soul. God forbid that you should see what no love will always remain. Beautiful brokenness. That's how the light gets
Thank you. So we want to take you back to Scotland. The day after our Scottish house concert, we heard from Michael. And this is what he shared with us, that 35 years before, right there in the small town of Prestwick, Ayrshire, Scotland, a small town with, he shared with us, a very small town mentality. He had been born Michelle. And he had lived the next 34 years in a great deal of pain and confusion because his outsides did not match his insides, and he felt very broken indeed and knew that something was really wrong. And just a year before, he had completed bravely the steps to fill his cracks in with gold and to become the beautiful man he always knew that he was.
Yeah. So now that you know the rest of the story, we'd like to share Michael with you once more.
From the shattered pieces of a life tattered and torn, something lovely rises up, and I have been reborn. Day by day I wake to someone I have never seen. Who'd have guessed that I could ever love someone like me? Beautiful brokenness, love will always win. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the light gets in.
Tell him, Michael.
So, sweet friends, in closing, we just want to remind you that the kingdom of heaven is here.
Yeah. Celebrate who you are and be who you were born to be, for therein lies the gold.
And wherever you are on your journey, know that you are enough.
Yeah. And if it's not okay, it is not the end.
And take care of your body temple, because you are each one of God's finest works of art.
Yeah. It is our unique and precious scars that make us more valuable and more beautiful.
And
so it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think probably everybody in here has at least one moment that's going to go home with them today. Is that true? Yes, absolutely. Probably more than one. It is that time when we get the opportunity to give back to our spiritual community through our sacred walk of abundance. So, of course, if you're visiting with us, I'll tell you the plan as everybody comes down here. There's an affirmation to take out of this bowl, and then we put our gifts, our tithes, and our offerings into the crystal bowl here. So if you'll take those gifts in your hand and say the offering affirmation with me, please. I live in the midst of infinite abundance. I give freely and fearlessly to life, and life gives back to me. Please join us on the sacred walk of abundance. So we open our hands and our hearts to bless these tithes, offerings, and gifts. We are so grateful, so very grateful that the God of all is a God who loves us abundantly and who rains down upon us joy and peace and love and all good things. And we know that as we give those good things, our time, our talents, our treasures, out into the universe, it comes rushing back in to fill that which was left open. It comes rushing in, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for that's the law. And so it is.
Well, we get to do a closing song.
Yeah.
But we just, we have a couple things to say. We would like to say thank you, of course, to Denise and Judy for trusting us with you. And thank you for your fabulous team. I mean, the sound, we came in yesterday and set up, and Dave, thank you. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Our PowerPoint person was right on the button. And the band, of course.
Yeah.
Kenny Malone and
guys.
team. Thank you.
And as you can tell, we are passionate about what we do, and we want to share it more and more in the world. So we invite you to come back to our table, check out our wares, and please share with someone you love. You have a friend that you think would benefit from one of our songs or many of our songs. Please share us.
We put together a special Christmas package
Yes,
because
we
it's
did.
only weeks, you know, until Christmas.
Yeah.
So you can save lots of money and get everything. The other thing is podcasts.
Check out our podcast, Musically Speaking. Look on your phone. Do you have iTunes? You do.
Yes, who
Yeah.
knew? And this man right here, Mike Stewart, is responsible for helping us know how valuable podcasts are. And
Yeah.
we're having so much fun. So anyway, was there anything else? Well, we want to say one of the things that keeps us feeling broken and stuck is when we hold on to things that no longer serve us, right?
Yes.
So there.
like relationships that
Yes.
aren't working,
Yes.
or could be a soul-sucking job.
Yes, those things.
Yeah.
So we were studying the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment, and we thought, you know, let's write a song about that. So I thought for sure it was going to end up like, oh, the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment. My rocker chick best friend, she would not go there with me. Instead, we wrote this.
I can see the claw marks on your door, holding on for dear life, afraid of what's in store. Oh, he treats you like a dog, yeah, and you're the tail that wags. I got a message for you, let go of these rags.
Sing along.
Let go, let go, let
fun. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. What happens now? Do we do the prayer for protection? We just go sell stuff? Okay. Well, we know that the light of God surrounds us and the love of God enfolds us. And the power of God protects us.
And the presence of God watches over us.
And wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Amen.
All right.
Make it a great day.
Love you.
Put your website up in your slides.
Oh, God. Thank